Aparece uma galera. Quem apareceu nada aqui pra mim. Ficam aparecendo aqui assim, tipo, não entender muito bem. Do, do YouTube não. Do, do Twitter, né? Tipo, por que essa galera tá aparecendo? Tipo, porque faz muito sentido pra mim, mas beleza, né? Fazer o quê? Tentar copiar esse total aqui, a gente copia. Eggs. Deixa eu ver se dá pra publicar nos pads. Aqui a gente só manda aqui nos grupos. Copiar aqui. Eu nem abri o jogo ainda. Eu já vou abrir o jogo já, né? Hoje a gente já ia abrindo o jogo já. E bom, galera, sejam bem-vindos a mais uma live aqui, a 10ª live, né, de Final Fantasy XVI. Tá aqui pra continuar o jogo, pra ele já ir direto, ó. Ó que delícia. Coloca pra continuar, aí ele já vai abrindo direto o jogo. Deixa eu colocar a câmera mais pra cima. Aí. Ó que beleza, esse recurso, né, que o PlayStation 5 tem, ó. Maravilha, cara. Isso é muito bom, cara. Deixa eu ficar numa área que é um pouco mais iluminada. Um altinho aqui só pra fazer uma pose, né? Engraçado que esse jogo ele não tem pose, né, mano? Devia ter, cara. É um bagulho que eu acho muito falho, tá ligado? Não ter poses, tá ligado? Pra gente poder fazer no personagem, né? Eu acho que, pô, isso aí é um vacilo dos grandes, na minha visão. Com a fotinho dele. De publicar, né? Stories. Live na Twitch. Vou colocar mais aqui. A live agora no aqui também, né? Nossa, eu quase derrubei meu celular agora. E por 1 milímetro de segundo que eu não derrubei. Por último, no YouTube. Olha, até fez posezinha, ó. Pose de idol. live no... Show de bola. Vamos continuar então nossa jornada pelas missões principais e algumas missões secundárias também, dependendo de como forem as missões secundárias. Eu dei uma modificada aqui, deixa eu... pra frente aqui. Agora tá certo. E vamos lá, deixa eu ver aqui que a gente tem pra trocar ideia com o ferreiro. Eu já tinha feito esse diálogo, hein? Eu não registrou esse diálogo. Essa espada aqui eu consigo criar. Eu acho que eu já tinha criado ela antes, mas acho que o jogo não identificou que eu tinha criado. Quinto mata Draco, ainda não tenho Electron. Nem braceletes do mata Draco, não tenho massa gelatinosa. É, eu vou ter que fazer isso posteriormente. Tenho aqui dá recurso bom bastante. A não ser esse aqui. Ah, mas eu não tenho saiote de caçador. Legal que eu preciso de um saiote de caçador. Eu não tenho. Deixa eu ver se tem aqui pra criar, né? Ou de repente tem aqui, né? Saiote de caçador pra poder ser criado. Pô, eu tenho e não tinha criado ainda. Que vacilo, hein? Acho que agora dá pra reforçar, hein? Ah, agora dá. Show demais, show de bola. É isso, estamos com os upgradezinhos feitos. E vamos pra parte das missões, né? Deixa eu ver onde é que é. É do outro lado. Eu tenho que falar com um carinha lá no pier. Isso aqui até que é bem relaxante.
Good oiling. Should be enough to keep. How do, Master Sid?
Bardolph. Mid's looking to build a workshop in the storeroom, and she needs the aid of a skilled carpenter. So naturally I thought of you.
Well, I'd love to help the young miss however I can. But I'm afraid I got my hands full just keeping this place afloat. There's holes need patching, and if I don't patch them, will all of us sink into the mere. I'd gladly spare Mid all the time I have, but the sad truth is, I ain't got none.
I see.
It don't have to be me, though, does it? What about that other fella? You know, the one over at Martha's Rest. Bernard, was it?
That's right. And he is a friend of the cause. I'll ask Martha if she can spare him. Thank you, Bardolph.
Least I could do.
Vá para o repouso da Marta. É aqui mesmo? Não, em outro lugar. Então vamos até lá.
Clive, what brings you to the rest?
The rest.
Home finds itself in need of an extra carpenter. I wondered if I might be able to borrow Bernard for a short while.
I don't mind if he don't. We're all friends here, aren't we?
Thank you, Martha. Do you know where I might find him?
He went up to Cressida on business. No idea what, mind. Place is a ruin. Far as I know, he's still there.
I'll look for him there then.
Então, bora pra lá. Puxa, o Torgal atravessa as paredes. Eu tenho que pegar a esquerda. Mosquitinho chato voando por aqui.
Faster! Time to fight.
Hi. If it ain't the lad who saved my life. What brings you to a place like this?
You do, Bernard. Martha said I might find you here. I have a proposition for you.
Oh, do you now? Building a workshop, you say? Well, that beats tacking boards to bridges, sure enough. And if Martha didn't mind me being gone a while, then neither do I. You just tell me where you want me.
That's the spirit.
I couldn't ask a favor, though, could I? Before we go?
Of course.
Well, that there is Cressida, where I grew up. Ain't much left of it now, though. Except my parents' graves. But I came up here hoping to visit her. I even patched up the bridge to get across. Only to find the place crawling with fiends. But you're a dab hand when it comes to dealing with beasts and bogles, ain't you? Any chance you could,
It's the least I can do.
Well, thank you kindly. And take care.
Onde a criatura que habita nas ruínas de Cressida. É que esses escorpião tudo aqui? É.
This shouldn't take long. Too slow.
Sempre tem que ter um mais forte, né? Já era. Tá louco, o visual desse jogo é muito bonito, né, mano? Tá maluco. Que visual bonito que esse jogo tem. O microfone mais perto aqui, assim eu não preciso falar tão alto. Vou diminuir um pouco o ganho aqui pra não estourar muito aí pra vocês.
That should do it.
You made short work of that lot. Thank you, son. Now my folks can rest in peace once more.
Engraçado que a câmera ela corta
How long is it since the
o
village was
foco do meu
abandoned?
cabelo.
Oh, people started packing their things after the duchy fell. Between the Blight and the Imperials, you just couldn't make ends meet. Must be nigh on a decade since the last wagon left. Oh, it may as well have been a century, looking at the place. This isn't the Cressida I remember.
I'm sorry.
Ah, don't be. Can't live in the past, no matter how nice it might have been. Soon as I'm done saying a prayer for those that raised me, it's onto your hideaway. I'll meet you there.
That should take care of Mid's little list. Better head back before she thinks of anything else.
Ali com o Mid, desse lá no esconderijo agora, né? É. Então vamos fazer aquela viagenzinha monstra pra lá.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
Ah, será que se eu trocar uma ideia com o Nectar que ele dá alguma coisa? Eu tenho caçadas aqui. Eu tenho caçada nível A e nível B. O grifo era um nível B e foi difícil. É passado, hein? Mas eu vou fazer todas elas. Depois, não agora. Aí deixa eu ver aqui se tem algum bagulho de rumor novo, né? É rumor? Não lembro se é rumor. Sussurro.
Come to claim your just desserts? All yours. Best of luck out there, Sid.
Rumor pra sussurro é diferente, não? Acontece, a gente dá uma cafundida, né?
Shouldn't you be getting some rest?
All right, Clive, you've all done then.
I am. I've placed your various orders, and a carpenter by the name of Bernard is on his way from Martha's Rest.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Clive.
Is there anything else you need?
Nope. Blackthorn and Lady Karen have already sent over everything I asked for, and I've got all my plans drawn up. So as soon as Bernard gets here, we can get to work. I can't wait.
Missão concluída. Vamos à obra. Diminui o tempo de recarga do punho colossal em 3 segundos. Ó, isso é bastante.
That's my good deed for the day done.
É um bom...
See how Jill's faring.
Como que fala? Um bom colar de status. Cara, é bom, mano. É muito bom, coisa boa. Antes de ir ali, deixa eu ativar a missão secundária ali.
Do you have a moment, Sid? A team of curse breakers has gone missing near Northreach.
Which team?
Coles. They were sent to liberate a carriage of bearers before they could be smuggled to market. They were moving in for their assault when the carriage was attacked by goblins. A curse breaker managed to release a Stolus amid the confusion, but... this was days ago. They should be back by now, but I've heard nothing from any of them. I can't help but worry that...
They know the work is dangerous. But I'm sure they're fine.
But what if I've got them all killed?
Inclusive, eu acho que amanhã vai sair vídeo novo, hein?
Why we're doing this, what they escaped, and what we're freeing people from. But I never really thought how my words might affect them. What risks they might take because of the things I've said.
I'll go and find them. We'll both rest easier knowing they're safe.
Thank you, Sid. And I'm sorry to trouble you with this. The plan was to intercept the slaver somewhere in the Dragon's Eyrie. I can't tell you much more than that, I'm afraid.
That should be enough to go on. If they were there, Torgal will track them down.
Agora que eu vi que meu boneco aqui do Link, ele tá meio esquisito. Peraí. Boneco do certinho. Eu tô achando que o boneco que eu comprei do Homem-Aranha não vai chegar nunca. Foi o segundo boneco, por assim dizer, que eu comprei. Porque o primeiro que eu peguei, ele... tipo, sumiu, tá ligado? Tipo, o cara falou que não tinha no estoque, ele devolveu o dinheiro. Agora, o outro boneco, o cara enviou, mas não tem rastreio. Tem uma quedinha de quadros aí.
Recovering, but she still needs her rest.
Of course. Take good care of her, won't you?
I'll do my best. Oh, Gav was looking for you. He said he had something to show you in the shelves.
The shelves. Oh, that's right. He went to ask Hippocrates about Torgal. He must have found something. You have the look of a man with the twins upon his shoulders, Rodrigue.
Talia has tasked me with removing a curse breaker's brand. But it's my first time and I don't think I can do it. I'm afraid of what happens if I fail. You survived, I know, but near as many die as recover. Is it really worth the risk?
You don't need me to answer that. You know full well what we're fighting for. I hope as much as you that one day bearers can walk among others as equals. But until that day, a brand is a burden, and we must lift that burden in order to go undetected. The operation may be dangerous, but it's also essential, and we undergo it willingly.
I know. I still wish there was some other way. But griping about my lot helps no one, I suppose. Don't worry. I'll do what must be done.
I know you will.
Unfortunately, the first thing that needs doing is the preparation of a draft to dull the pain. Something I can't do with the infirmary's ammonia supply so low. What few leaves we have would barely be enough for removing a splinter, let alone a brand.
Just tell me what you need.
You'll go? Oh, thank you. No one knows Herblord like Taya, and she swears by ammonia for easing pain. It's simple enough to find, if you know where to look. And fortunately for you, I do. Along the river near the village of Amber over in Rosaria. Just search for the bright blue blossoms.
Beleza, vamos avançando aqui. Essas caminhas me lembram, sempre vai me lembrar a Zelda, que eu usava essas caminhas para poder deitar e aí recuperava o HP. É bem legal. É bem legal, na verdade, não é era. Era como se fosse uma era passada. Nossa, tem um filme ruim que eu quero assistir. Já tá disponível. Bom que vou baixar na pirataria aí, já tá disponível aqui no streaming que eu assino. Outras coisas aqui. Nossa, é verdade, faz um tempo que eu não assisto. Ori, preciso voltar a assistir. Nossa, tem muita coisa que eu preciso voltar a assistir, tá ligado? Tipo, eu só tô procrastinando pra assistir, mas enfim, eu faço isso depois. Salve, Arclis, de boa, mano? Tudo certo, man?
Clive, where have you been? I've been wanting to ask you something about Torgal. Where did you get him, like, in the first place?
My father brought him back from one of his expeditions into the Northern Territories. They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and seeing no sign of his pack, they took him in.
What do you reckon, Tomes?
It certainly adds weight to the theory. Clive, I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound, but a rare frostwolf, an animal native to the far northern reaches of Valisthea. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen of the north. Such was his mastery over ether, he could cast magics on command. His name was Fenrir.
Fenrir the Frostwolf.
Now, the annals do not state it explicitly, but I have reason to believe this queen was a dominant of Shiva, a girl from the Northern Territories and her faithful hound. One awakens as the dominant of Shiva, and the other?
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers?
What?
Just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as a faithful companion to the dominant of Shiva, and years later, his powers awakened, just when his master needed him the most.
You're right. If it weren't for Torgal blasting those bastards to Kingdom Come, Jill would have been for it.
Quite. Though Torgal's power is his own, his latent birthright as a Frostwolf, it had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal!
You're an even finer hound than we thought.
Bom, isso é bom, que pelo menos provavelmente ele não vai morrer. Então isso já é algo bom.
You need not fear for Torgal's health. Why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn, I found him with his nose buried in my nuts.
There you are! I've been looking everywhere for you. Bernard's here. I need you to introduce us so we can get to work.
I shall be a moment.
Isso pelo menos indica, né, que o Torgo é mais importante do que a gente imaginava. Geralmente personagens muito importantes costumam não morrer, né, nos jogos, filmes, séries e tudo mais. Então isso é algo positivo, né, que cachorro morrer não pode. Ao tempo depois. Ixi. A única regra, tá ligado? O animal que tá com você, o animal, né, o cachorro, o gato, enfim. Ele não pode morrer. O resto, tudo bem, né, os outros inimigos, né, as pessoas, mas o cachorro não.
It is.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. You and everyone else. But I promise I'll pay you back. I'm gonna work my fingers to the bone for you lot. Starting right now. Just you wait. I'll make wonders like this world's never seen.
Then I look forward to seeing them. Now that that's settled, I wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
Beleza, então deixa eu ver aqui onde é que eu, por onde eu tenho que ir. Ah, tá. Tô indo pelo caminho certo.
I think I'll wait till mid's away.
Então já tá começando a dar aquela falhada. Hoje eu gravei a parte de áudio, né, da análise. Não vai ser bem uma análise, né, mas a análise do Tears of the Kingdom. Aí deu uma falhadinha agora na voz.
Largely in circles. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected places, but nothing definitive as yet. If only we knew for certain by what route he left Rosalith.
Well, keep at it. If anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you. And I'm willing to wait as long as it takes.
What? Here?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in fear of you.
You have nothing to worry about on that front. I won't be claiming his crown.
That is a relief.
Clive, have you got a minute? We, have a guest.
A guest?
Deve ser algum inimigo.
For your trouble.
Ah, não, é o tio dele, né?
Uncle Byron? Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens for your favorite uncle is here!
Enquanto isso, Orla Gêmeos, o Sacro Império de Sambrek. O novo Capitólio Sagrado. Câmara de Audiência.
How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmecs empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness. May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmex will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can, and once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmex to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on.
Maluco desgraçado.
Dion?
Yes, sire.
Esse maluco é o dominante do Odin? Deixa eu ver se vai aparecer aqui. Ah, não, ele é o dominante do Bahamut. Ah, não, é o filho dele. Ele é o imperador do Sacro Império de Sanbreque, cujo trono foi conquistado em parte por seu filho Dion. Ele é despertado como dominante de Bahamut, que é o... Aqui, né? Kupka.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
Engraçado.
If that is your wish, Your Radiance, I shall depart at once.
Uma pancada aqui no microfone foi mal.
May Gregor forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
Então ele acha que vai dar tudo certo.
So Annabella fella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
Engraçado que a mulher lá não falou nada, né? Não foi, só a presença dela já dá aquele medo, né? Mas falar uma palavra, não falou nada. Caraca, respeitado, né? Esse tipo de personagem, né? Salve, Center Nerd. De boa, mano? Tudo certo, mano? E contigo, você tá bem?
My dear nephew, how I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is the most helpful fellow. As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was, aye.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come inside, Uncle.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you? 2,000?
E a bateria tá acabando, peraí.
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
Vou trocar de controle aqui, calma aí.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place. Come here and I'll show you. It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her Royal Navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
So it was the Waluders who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned, and where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
Time waits for no man. Ô, Centro Nerd, foi você que terminou, né, o Final Fantasy XVI já, né? Ou foi outra pessoa que tava aqui que eu acabei confundindo? Eu não lembro quem foi que terminou.
We met under curious naturally.
Cara, foi de boa, mano, hoje eu fiz o que? Eu gravei já o áudio da análise do Tears of the Kingdom. Li um pouco do livro que eu tô lendo. Joguei. E agora dá uma em live aí, mano. E contigo aí, mano, como é que foi seu dia aí?
What is it that you wish to learn?
Deixa eu ver esse aqui.
Here's the latest information I have. Here you are. The state of the realm is ever changing, Clive.
Deixa eu ver se aqui tem alguma missão secundária. Não, aqui não tem nenhuma.
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang. I'll be leaving before sunset.
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. All I'm after is Kupka's head. I won't risk any more than I have to. I promise.
The lands around the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil. Some call her the Desert Hare.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's, and only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Dalamil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid might be able to bring her back into the fold.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
So, what about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay, but...
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you two in charge.
You can count on us.
Agora que a gente já vai pra lá? É, né?
All right, Uncle. I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
We shall. Come, let us away to adventure.
Vamos pra lá, né? República de Dalmekia. Acho que ele tava aí antes, né? Quando o Cid morre, né? Logo depois que o Cid morre, acho que a gente vai pra isso, se não me engano.
I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.
Dá uma prendida no cabo aqui, acho que esse cabo ele tá muito solto, pera aí. E agora ele tá bem preso aqui, não vai me incomodar mais. Ou correr o risco de a gente acabar puxando ele aqui sem querer no movimento das mãos. Aqui dá pra chamar o Chocobo? Ah, dá.
Good girl.
Our destination lies over that dune, beyond the ruins. Mark them well, Clive. It's all too easy to lose one's bearings in the sands.
Caramba, esse mapa é grande, hein? Quero dar uma boa explorada nele.
You deserve a rest.
Já é. Acho que tem coisa pra cá, né? Tem. Vamos ver o que a gente tem aqui. De repente tem... sei lá. Alguns baús aqui pode ter, né?
Many years ago, when you were just a boy, you and I rode this way together, accompanying your father on a scouting expedition to Drake's Fang.
He let me come. You.
I'm not surprised you don't remember. It was just before Joshua was born. You were so eager to be there when your brother arrived that you whipped your chocobo too hard on the journey home and fell from the saddle. I shall never forget how Elwyn's fussed over you as you sat in the sand, falling like a
Falou, o combate desse jogo é muito bom, mano. Um combate bom de se jogar, viu? Tá maluco. Temos mais inimigos aqui, a gente vai atrás dos inimigos, porque é bom demais o combate desse jogo. O combate desse jogo é uma delícia, tá louco? Rapidinho, foi mó fácil.
Who do you think those soldiers were? So,
come on.
A movimentação dos Chocobo tá meio esquisitas.
There she is, the good old Dalamil Inn. Do you know, this heat has given me quite a thirst. Quick drink before we press on?
look, there. Those are Ashen steeds. No doubt about it.
And such a long ride from Stone here. Our Waluda friends must be soothing their saddle sores in the inn. Shall we join them? Run along and play now, Torgal. Dogs aren't allowed inside.
Good day to you. Eating?
Sorry about my pal. He only talks when his mouth's full. What do you recommend?
Well, if you're after something light, we do a fine chocobo soup with lentils and honey.
2 bowls of that, then. An ale.
Right you are.
Hey, girl!
Coming!
Your pal? Would you rather be my squire?
Your Grace, it is plain you are not yet well enough to travel.
Agora ela tem nome, antes não era. Antes era só atendente. Joshua, tá como Jot agora o nome dela. Joshua se dirige a ela pelo nome de Jot, o Jot. Mas não está claro se esse é o nome verdadeiro ou um pseudônimo.
If you would only let me take you to someone who can better attend to your ills.
No, we must press on. Prince Dion has returned to his camp and will soon depart for the front. I must speak with him at all costs. Miss this chance and I may never get another. You do understand that?
Yes, Your Grace. But you must at least agree to take your medicine. I'll fetch you some water.
Keep watch, they tell us. But all I see is sand.
I hear they got our guest back to the Fang without any trouble. We'll be leaving soon enough.
Why the Lord Commander dragged us all this way just to save that blockhead skin, I'll never know. Dominant or not, he's a bloody idiot.
That'll be Cooker, then.
Well, let's get this down us. We've a long way to go.
Hey, you.
Uncle?
Sorry.
Can you walk, Your Grace?
What's wrong?
I fear trouble may be brewing downstairs.
You two are travelers, are you not? Me and my companions are strangers here. Perhaps you'd be good enough to accompany us a while. Help us find our way.
Sorry, lads, but we've got business in camera that can't wait.
Ah, I'm sure you could spare us an hour or two.
Come on.
Friend.
I'm afraid we don't have a moment to lose. Stay back, Uncle.
Gladly.
Try it.
Bravo, my boy! Just like that!
It's over!
Fácil, fácil.
For your trouble. Word of advice, miss. That soup could do with a touch more salt.
Opa, salve Wendel, de boa, mano, boa noite, mano. Tudo certo contigo? Ah, é nóis, tamo junto, mano. Valeu aí demais pelo like e por passar aí, mano.
Your Grace?
I'm fine. Yeah.
Vou aqui pegar um salto cheio de fome. Vai lá, mano. Pode ir lá, fica à vontade.
Clive?
What is it now?
It's nothing. Let's go.
Ela sai correndo do nada. Aí ele fala que não é nada, né? Você não está nos threads também? Ah, eu fiz a minha conta lá. Eu publiquei algumas coisas lá. Mas não sei se eu vou ficar por lá não, viu? Mas eu tô lá sim. Ver se eu consigo pegar o link aqui pra mandar pra você ver lá.
Where are you?
Well, we didn't know where to find Kupka before. We do now.
The Royalists said it themselves. Their guest is in the Fang.
Aqui, achei.
We should press on before any more of their friends turn up.
Aqui, ó. Mandei aí no chat. Se quiser seguir lá, mano, tamo junto. Se quiser seguir no Instagram lá também, não sei se você tem, né? É, às vezes, geralmente você tem threads, tem um Instagram, né? Se quiser seguir lá também, é nóis. Geralmente quando eu fico online eu publico lá pra galera, com o link já certinho pra galera já vir acompanhando. No threads eu ainda tô meio... eu esqueço de publicar, mas a ideia é publicar por lá também. Twitter também eu posto lá no Twitter, que eu tô... quando eu tô online, Facebook.
Close the road, and it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means, the wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamil is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
Fale com cidadãos. Vamos ver. Trocar uma ideia com a garela.
Well, it's not like we've got a reason.
Light it, for Gilbert's sake. You're a bearer, aren't you?
Anything I can help you with, travelers? Allow me. My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of Port Isolde. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamil's leading entrepreneurs. If only we knew where to find them.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies. I suppose you could do worse than start your search at one of those.
Thank you. You've been most helpful. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady by the name of Rosina Dalamil, would you?
No, I can't say I do.
Well, thank you all the same.
É nóis, mano. Depois eu te sigo lá também, mano. Assim que eu abrir ele, assim que eu abrir o threads, eu já te sigo lá também. Cadê meu celular? Achei.
Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. I'm looking for someone. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. Do you know her?
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town, where would you recommend that I look?
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig, but he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say? Thank you.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience, believe you me.
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's family.
Fale com os aldeões. Tô dentro do raio já, né? Já. Vamos dar uma exploradinha aqui. De repente tem alguma coisa... Algum item aqui que a gente pode pegar, que tá escondido. Acho que não. Cara, talvez eu vou ativar um pouquinho o Motion Blur. Tema... Deixar o Motion Blur no 2. Fica um pouquinho melhor. É, fica um pouquinho melhor. Pior que ele não fica tão agradável ainda. Vou deixar no 1. Bem de levinho o Motion Blur.
Can I help you? Yes, I'm looking for a woman by the name of Rosina Delamil. A long-standing pillar of your community, I believe, from old trading stock.
Then you should ask further. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. And he's in with all the old merchant families. Try the baths. That's where you'll usually find him.
Thank you kindly.
Ah, eu vi agora. Você recebeu a notificação que eu tô te seguindo também. Pronto, acabei de colocar aqui pra te seguir também, mano.
Well, it sounds like we have our man.
É nóis, mano. Tamo junto.
Let's go and find out exactly what this Further knows.
Hanging lanterns, keep it up from your door.
Excuse me. Are you Further?
I am. Can I help you, travelers?
I hope so.
Vou aqui jantar, mas estarei sintonizado. Pode ir lá, mano. Fica à vontade. Boa janta aí pra ti.
We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the desert hare?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction.
Vá para o bordel.
Do you think we can trust him?
E aqui na parte do bordel, talvez a gente tenha que mudar a câmera aqui, né? Pra não, né? Será que o jogo não tem bloqueio de restrição? Ah, não, era aqui só pra ter uma batalhazinha.
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it.
Os caras é meio impaciente aqui, né? E apertei o botão errado aqui. Aproveitar que ele fez isso aqui, né? Deixa eu ver se eu consigo tirar uma fotografia. Ah, não ficou tão legal. Apertei o botão errado. Tava selecionado nas poções, era pra ter selecionado pra poder o Torgal atacar. Vacilei, gastei à toa.
Who are you working for? Him or her?
Him. The boss. He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that a test.
Lord Ferda?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
You know who I am. So what now? Call in the Men of the Rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
Yes, my lord. To the Lock of Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
Por que ele tá em chamas? Não entendi essa.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven. Here. A taste.
Take a sniff,
Não
good sir.
entendi.
The finest fabric.
Is this the place?
Lubo's Forge. The Briar's Kiss.
Ah, so it was the young sprig after all. So much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience. How wrong I was.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means. I'd say he deserves our respect.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Ferda told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second?
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I, too, have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we? Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Tava limpando o controle aqui, acabou.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff.
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them, damn you!
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. A word of advice in recompense. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. Child's play. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this parlor game on any longer than we need to.
All right. Good luck, Uncle. I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil.
Ele ainda tá pegando fogo, tá ligado? Eu acho que quando na hora que eu selecionei que eu tava com o poder da Fênix, né? Aí ele acabou ficando em chamas, assim.
Excuse me. Is it true there's been trouble with crystals of late?
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either. Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing.
Será que aqui vai ter algumas missões secundárias pra gente pegar também? É, aqui aparentemente agora não. Visite a ferroada fatal. Beba cada garrafa como se fosse a última.
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way. Is there a reason for that?
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang for one. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men of the Rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well, thank you. Don't let me keep you from your work any longer.
Vai faltar só mais um, a gente trocar uma ideia.
A deposit.
Kneaded to a silken softness.
You wouldn't believe how much he gave me.
Cortesã.
What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the rock and the men of the rock only.
You have an agreement with them?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking, with pockets deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to empty them. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use. He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
The most fragrant herbs and spices.
My carpets have pride of place in.
What was all that crashing and
Aquela mulher lá do bar, sei lá.
It's you, the one who broke all our furniture. What do you want? Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
I'm looking for my pal. Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's upstairs, but...
Thank you. I'll go and fetch him.
The inn's a mess of blood-soaked splinters, thanks to you. The least you can do is let us clean up in peace. I told the guard those soldiers started it. Don't need any more trouble.
Entrou uma criatura aqui. Nem sei que bicho que é esse. Espero que o mesmo tenha morrido. Vou ter que achar esse velho. Ah, tá pra cá.
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me reason to do so.
All right. I'm sure that we can come to an agreement, but not here.
What are you doing, Uncle?
Ele tá fazendo malandragem.
I need to drink.
Ver o que mais temos aqui. Vai que tem algum baúzinho aqui, né? Que. De buenas aí, ó. Viu? Sabe o que eu falei, ó. Tem um baúzinho aqui, ó, pra nós lutear. 15 pedaços de belicita.
Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd asked for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of subterfuge. What did you discover?
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere and pocketing the profits.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that smirk off his face. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support, if things turn sour.
Of course.
Uma coisa que eu queria tirar é a granulação, o granulado desse jogo. Não gosto de granulado, olha. Ele fica muito esquisito. Eu não gosto nem um pouco, mas né. Fazer o quê? Tem que já dá pra dar um teleporte pra cá, né? Porque
Let me treat you. I'm pretty flush these days.
The inn's a mess of blood-soaked splinters, thanks to you. The least you can do is let us clean up in peace.
pra cá mesmo. Ver se é pra cá mesmo. Deixa eu ver. É, tô indo pro caminho certo. Passar reto, não precisa enfrentar ninguém. Não há necessidade. Temos um item aqui, ó. Deixa eu ver o que é isso. Legal que a gente não é obrigado a ficar enfrentando todo bicho que aparece, né? A gente pode enfrentar todos eles, mas não somos obrigados a isso. Por mais que esse daqui não é um jogo de mundo aberto, né? Isso é bem interessante. Geralmente só tem isso em jogos de mundo aberto, né? Você não precisa enfrentar todos os inimigos que aparecem na sua frente.
I'll take it from here.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord.
but we have ships and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, we are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both!
Droga, não deu tempo de desviar.
It's not over yet, Uncle. Good. I'm just getting warmed up.
It's over.
Fire and flame! This one.
Já era. Inimigos derrotados. Eu peguei de espólios, presa, seda de aço e cinzas mágicas.
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly, buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the Royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon.
Algum tempo depois.
It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive. I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
No, thank you very much, Greybeard.
Double the...
Here, wear this.
Pelo obtido, aceita rola isso na mesa.
Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you, Lubo.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Umia los delan. Tu isakelis.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive? So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank you.
Not at all. It was my pleasure.
Come on, Uncle. Let's go.
Missão concluída. Bom, temos missões secundárias aqui também, ó.
Perhaps Forge Master Luber's having fun at my expense.
I wouldn't put it past him.
Neither would I.
Oh, wait. Are you Clive?
Sorry, my mind was elsewhere. I'm Sava, Master Luber's least accomplished apprentice. Soon to be former apprentice if I don't pass this test. Maybe I'm just not the resourceful type. People are buying up weapons faster than the Briar's Kiss can forge them, and here I am, unable to make a decent bit of kitchenware. He wants me to make a carving knife, one that embodies the spirit of Dalamil. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't suppose you have any idea what he's on about, do you?
I'm afraid not.
Never mind. Thought I'd ask. It was that or pack my bags.
I could give you a hand if you like. I know how busy the Briar's Kiss has been, and that Lubor needs all the capable hands he can find.
I'd be a fool to refuse.
So, where do we start?
Good question. If I'm honest, I've never made any kind of knife before. And then there's this little riddle to keep in mind. The spirit of Dalamil. Nothing is ever simple with that man.
The way I see it, there's only one way we'll be solving Lubor's puzzle. We need information. The more the better.
You're right. There's no point fumbling in the dark, I suppose. Now, who to speak to first? Well, there's plenty of folk in Dalamil who use knives for a living. There's the butcher, of course, and any number of cooks. They're bound to have an opinion or two about the tools of their trade. All right, I think we have a plan. Let's get to it, shall we? I'll talk to every cook I can find. You speak to the butcher, and anyone else you can think of.
All right. Good luck.
Let's hope that someone says something useful.
Trust Lubor to take a simple test and turn it into a riddle. I better get to it.
Mais uma missão secundária ali para ser ativada.
The finest fabrics.
Deixa eu já fazer isso aqui, vai.
Welcome, sir. What can I do you for?
A question, if you don't mind. I need to know what makes a good carving knife.
You a blacksmith or something?
Something, I suppose.
Fair enough. Knives, is it? First and foremost, it's got to hold an edge. Most knives will make it through fat, no problem, but sinew dulls cheap steel in no time. Give me a blade which can slice through anything that crosses my chopping block, and I'm a happy woman.
So a knife that stays sharp. Makes sense.
Made from the stoutest stoneware. No chip, no crack, no matter how... Everything I've worked for. All those years of toil. Every coin I've ever earned is tied up in this place.
You all right?
The baths are closed. Leave me be. On second thought, perhaps you are just what I need. Might your services be for hire?
That depends on the job.
I'd have you save my business, the baths. The water's turned scalding hot and all the crystals in Dalamil wouldn't be enough to cool it. I've no doubt that my woes stem from the water's source. But I can't go and investigate for fear of my customers thinking I've abandoned the place. I'm bound to these baths in more ways than one. I beg of you. Go to Dusnoff Terraces. Tell me what you find there.
All right. I'll go and take a look.
Wonderful. It's not far. Leave the market by the south gate. The smell of sulfur will guide you the rest of the way. These baths are all that keep me from an ignoble end in a debtor's prison. My livelihood, my very life, is at stake.
Nossa, o pessoal não sai do caminho, tá ligado? Dá uma agonia isso. Pera, ele falou que a missão... O destino da missão de número 3 aqui, sei lá, tá próximo. Será que eu tenho que voltar no carinha lá? Não. Ah, então vamos avançando. Fale com os cidadãos.
The baths are, closed for scrubbing. Please bear with us a little longer.
I'll be asking for you again, my sweet.
$1,000 gil for a measly bunch of dissolved...
Ah, they've opened the gate.
Lubor was true to his word. Fucking men of the wrong.
I need a drink. You're going to drink my pockets dry, then just up and leave.
E já saí da área da missão. Descer aqui.
true what I'm hearing?
Yes,
Take a sniff, good sir. Needed to a silken softness.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Just look at the
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
Temos um baú aqui. Moeda de Goblin. Bom, vamos avançar para a missão principal mesmo. Pelo jeito não sei onde é que é esse daqui. Então vamos dando direcionamentos para a missão principal. Opa, de volta aí?
Sorry. Do you mind if I ask your trade?
Hunter, why?
I have a question. Can you tell me what makes a good carving knife? I assume you use one out in the field.
Has to be able to put up with some punishment. Can't be dealing with a brittle blade, not while I'm on the hunt. If your knife snaps every time you use it, you'll be spending coin as fast as you make it. Times are hard enough as it is.
Thank you. I won't keep you any longer.
All business, eh? Man after my own heart.
So, a carving knife should be hard-wearing and hold an edge. Hardly a revelation. Let's hope Sava had better luck than I did.
Ver o que ela tem aqui. Não, não também. Não. Não me é interessante. Também não. Comprar uma poção.
Here you are.
Tônico robusto.
An excellent choice.
É isso. Vender alguma coisa? Só de sacanagem.
Pleasure trading with you.
Acho que...
Thank you kindly. Anything else I can take off your hands?
Deixa eu só terminar essa missão paralela. A gente vai pra parte da missão principal.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven.
My carpets have pride of place.
So, how'd it go? You learn anything useful, or should I be looking for a new trade?
Only that a blade should be durable and stay sharp. But I don't see how that relates to the spirit of Dalamil.
I didn't have much luck either. All the cook said was that he needs his knives to be light. Too heavy and they do his shoulder in.
So we're no better off than when we started. Perhaps Lubor didn't mean anything with his Dalamil remark. But that can't be right. I've bandied enough words with the man to know that he chooses them carefully. No. We must be missing something. Something right in front of our noses, most likely.
No doubt you're right, but I have to make a start soon. I can't put off making this knife forever.
Agreed. Lubor wouldn't like that much.
Right. I've been trained to work iron. The cheap stuff, mind. But it's hardy enough if you don't hammer it too thin, and it sharpens up nicely with a bit of effort. Trouble is, it's either durable or it's light. Meaning someone is gonna be disappointed. Forge Master Lubor, probably.
Is there no one else you can turn to? Someone who knows their metals, perhaps?
The other apprentices know better than to help me with my test. But maybe there is someone I could turn to. A merchant, a favourite of Forge Master Lubor's, who sells metals to tradesmen passing through the Valcroy. I bet she'd know a thing or two.
O vendedor... Ah, Agora é muito trampo. Tem que voltar, tá? Nem a pau. Vamos dar andamento para as missões principais, que é logo, que é depois ainda de um item ali de missão paralela. É um rolê, hein?
We should get going soon.
Ah, I'm not too late.
What is it, Lubor?
A question that I neglected to ask earlier. Where is it that you're bound?
To Drake's Fang. To finish Hugo Kupka.
Just as I thought. Then allow me to share a secret. Drake's Fang is currently riddled with royalists. Talmeki and Waloed are allies, and as you have seen, their soldiers work hand in glove. But no nation has ever before allowed a foreign army to make a barracks of its holiest of holies.
Not by choice, at least.
And there's more. A man on the inside of the Fang has failed to report for several days. I fear there may be more trouble lying in wait for you on the road ahead.
Isn't there always?
If you're determined to beard the lion's den, then promise me one thing. That you will enter via the mines, where the guard is lightest. I've lost one Cid already. If I lose another, people will start to think me careless.
I don't plan on dying. Not before Kupka does, anyway.
Well, so long as you have a plan.
Let's go. Run like the wind.
Drake's Fang should be just beyond these springs. Shall we press on?
A mandíbula. Já ativamos um obelisco ali já.
There it is. Drake's Fang.
Kupka will be hiding inside.
Along with goodness knows how many guards, all on highest alert, you'll need to keep your wits about you if you're to reach him. So be careful.
I will, Uncle.
Before you go, Clive, allow me to apologize. After what befell at Phoenix Gate and the crisis that followed in its wake, I fled. I retreated to my counting house and danced attendance upon the vicereine in the hope it would bring me favor. I betrayed my nation to save my skin, like the coward I am. And I'm sorry.
Uncle, please.
It's not too late, Clive. Rosaria is yours by right, and there are those that would help you to take it back. Had I the courage of my brother, I might already have done so. But that ship has sailed. You, however...
No. Forgive me, but I cannot. I fight to build a new world now. A better world. Where men can live and die on their own terms. I was raised in a nation that strove to improve the plight of bearers. Only later did I realize that spark of freedom did not arise by chance, but was kindled by my father. You would see me follow in his footsteps. And that is exactly what I mean to do. Not by ruling Rosaria, but by extending his ideals to the whole of the twins. Though every soul in the realm may judge my actions heresy, I am certain my cause is just.
You really are just like him, you know? Thank you, Clive, for coming back to me. I am proud to call you nephew. Well then, this is where we must part ways. Wish me luck in convincing my Canvarian friend to share his considerable talents. I mean to plunder his coffers and prove myself worthy of a place in your merry band. Till then, my boy.
Till then, go safely, Uncle.
And you, nephew. We have much to catch up on, you and I. I shall expect you to regale me with the tales of all your adventures when next we meet. You can regale me too, Torgal.
I'm coming for you, Kuka.
Agora o caminho é para a presa do Draco. Bora. Bora.
What have they stored? What has that gutter rat done to me? Out of my sight, witch! I'll kill you, Rosfield! I'll rip out your heart! I'll tear you limb from limb!
Peace, Hugo. The table shan't hurt you any longer.
He sought to humiliate me. Me! If you hadn't interfered, he would be dead!
You truly believe you would have triumphed had the battle continued?
Titan would have ground him into dust!
And how would he have done that without his head?
Shut up!
You weren't strong enough, and you call yourself a dominant. Or rather, you did.
You mock me, Harbert.
Do you see, Hugo? You are weak.
Fuck!
But so long as that fire burns within you, there is still hope. There may yet be a way for you to take your revenge.
Tell me, what must I do? Please, I'll do anything. Just tell me.
The heart.
What of it?
A mother crystal's heart is the most concentrated source of ether in all creation. Perhaps you could take advantage of that. Of course, the crystal would not yield her blessing to any ordinary man. But then, you are no ordinary man, are you, Hugo? Clive Rossfield stole your power, but others have suffered a similar fate, and still managed to find the strength to conjure their icon. Like Benedicta Harmon. She too drank of the ether and gained a power beyond human understanding.
She did. Benedicta. Benedict. I'll do it. My love. I'll avenge you.
Run along now, Hugo. You need only follow the night. Muthos is here. Very well, it shall be so. You may leave everything to me, Your Majesty.
Poxa, esse cara é dominante e o quê? Tem uns bichos novos, hein?
Orcs.
Ah, são orcs. Não tinha aparecido os orcs antes.
Did the royalists bring them from Ash?
Rapaziada, eu vou fechando essa live por aqui, tá? Tô dando já tô um pouco coisado assim. Ainda preciso terminar de editar um vídeo, né? Vou lançar um vídeo hoje ainda, que é o vídeo do... hoje ou amanhã, na verdade, não sei, deixa eu ver se ele já terminou de upar. Ele já terminou de upar, então eu vou lançar um vídeo... eu vou lançar hoje mesmo, eu acho. Eu lanço hoje esse vídeo, e que é um vídeo de Final Fantasy, inclusive. Mas pela live de hoje eu vou encerrando por aqui, rapaziada. Aí amanhã, talvez amanhã a gente tenha live de novo. Se tiver, vou colocar nas redes sociais lá. Então fiquem de olho nas redes sociais pra saber se vai ter mais live ou não. E é isso. Se não tiver também, provavelmente eu vou publicar alguma coisa, alguma informação. Fechou? Eu vou encerrando aqui então. Não vou mandar vocês pra nenhum lugar não. Um lugar interessante pra mandar. Então é isso, pessoal. Vou fechando aqui por aqui. Valeu, falou. Vejo vocês na próxima live. Até mais.